Hello there, it's Michael Keys. I'm author of the Make More Sales series of seminars and also author of the book Unreasonable, The Power of Expectations. And I want to welcome you today, and I hope you're having a great day in this wonderful world of real estate. Have you ever had a time when you've missed a listing presentation, when you've missed the listing, when you haven't got it and you felt really down about it and frustrated and wondered what you could do better? Have you ever had a time where you're frustrated when people, that you just can't get both decision makers together for whatever reason? And have you ever had a time when you've been in a listing presentation where you thought both decision makers were going to be there, and then you get forced to presenting to one of them and you just leave your price and your fees? Has that ever happened to you? Do you get frustrated through not getting the listings? I bet you do, because it used to drive me around the twist when I used to lose a listing to another agent. And why is that? Sometimes it's because the other agent is better. Sometimes it's because the other agent has a better listing presentation. But you are as good as any other agent out there. You are better. All you need is better tools to do that. And over the years, what I've developed is a listing presentation kit, and we've now put it on the iPad. But I just want to give you an example of how this works. You see, I had a call from Joanne one afternoon, and Joanne, she said, "I want to see somebody today." And I said, "Right, that's okay." And I could tell in her voice she was very determined and definite to see somebody. She said, "My husband will not see anybody. What's going to happen is you're going to present to me, you're going to give me your price, give me your fees, and then my husband and I will sit down together and we will make the decision." So I said, "That's fine, Joanne." I said, how many agents you got coming out? She said, "I've got 4 coming out." I said, "Right, well, I'll see you at 4 o'clock," because she told me that the last one that was coming out was going to be there till 4 o'clock. So I got out there at 4 o'clock that afternoon, and I spent an hour and a half with Joanne. I was the last one there, purely because I wanted to build rapport. And secondly, I wanted to have plenty of time that I could spend with her. So I built rapport with her. I showed up on time. I made a great impression in the first 34 seconds that I was there, as we spoke about last week. And at the end of the time I was there, I said, "Joanne, your house has so many options." And it did. It had heating, underfloor heating. It had remote blinds. It had remote gas heaters. It had remote everything. It was just one of the most best houses I've ever been at, and I wanted this listing. And I said, "You know, Joanne, basically this house is a lot bigger than I thought it was and what it says on the searches, so therefore I've got to do a bit of research on this, so I want to go away and do it." And I said, "By the way, is there a time when your husband is going to be home?" And she said, "Yeah, he'll be available 8 o'clock on the Saturday morning." So I said, "Right, well, I'll see you both 8 o'clock Saturday morning." And what this gave me some time. So I went out, I took a photograph of the house, I went and prepared a brochure, I prepared my CMA, I prepared everything, and I had it in the file. So Saturday morning when I got back there, I had the edge. I had a huge edge over all the other agents. For one, I found out later I was the only agent who got an appointment to see both of them. The rest of them just left their price and fees on their listing presentation folder that they leave with their clients. That's all they did. And some of them were only there for 10 and 15 minutes, I was told. I was there for about 4 hours all up. Not with Joanne, but by the time I finished the listing presentation. Now, they said I had between 8 and 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Well, 8 till 9 o'clock came and gone, and I was still talking to him about him and his business. See, I was building rapport. I was building more rapport. At 11:30 that morning, I walk out of that listing presentation with the listing, and it was a $500,000 sale. And I reckon that's worth the effort. Why? Let me tell you why. And if you want these things, you can have them. You can have the edge. I had the edge through building rapport. I had the edge through measuring up. I had the edge through taking the photograph. I had the edge through preparing the brochure. I had the edge in a lot of cases, but above all, I had the edge because I went to the extra effort and I was super prepared for that listing presentation. You too can be super prepared. I spent years developing a listing presentation, and finally I've put it down in an iPad version which you can have too. All you've got to do is click on the link below. And the exciting part about this is the people who are using this listing presentation, I haven't heard one person say they've got to the end of it before the people have said, "Yes, sign us up. We want to list our property with you." Because it's based on leading the people to make the right decision to list the property with you. Now, that's what you want, isn't it? You want the edge. You want to be super prepared. You want to have more listings, and you want to be more prosperous in this wonderful world of real estate, don't you? So next week, what we're going to cover is closing. And I'm going to give you some closes that you can use specifically at the listing presentation. So this is Michael Keys saying goodbye.